I'm Brian Mulley. I'm probably the only Kingstonian here. I was born here in 1944, and I spent 15 odd years away from it, but obviously it drew me back.
Yeah.
And I think my favourite place is probably Canbury Gardens and the river stretch going towards Teddington.
Yeah.
I'm Nicole Malloy and I study Sustainable Development here at Kingston Uni, and I also work for the Kingston Uni Sustainability team. And yeah, I've been here for about 1.5 years now, and my favourite part, I got two, my favourite place to go is Kingston's Antiques Market, because you can get lots of really, really nice second-hand things, and it's a really calm place. It's just lovely to go in there. It's like a little lost hidden world. It's great.
In Kingston for 34 years.
Wow.
And my favourite place in Kingston, I guess, is probably Isabella Plantation.
My favourite place is actually walking along the riverside.
Well, the river Redfern said, Richmond Park, the river, and maybe the marketplace as well, because you can just sit there and enjoy yourself in the summer, I think.
I'm Jean Vidler. I work at Kingston Environment Centre. I've lived in Kingston for an unbelievable 37 years, except for a couple of small breaks. And the favourite place, well, I was showing people around Kingston the other day, and we had quite a good stop at the Coronation Stone. And although it isn't very beautifully situated, being next to the police station, it is very interesting, and I like it because it's the oldest thing that I know of in Kingston.
Yeah, I'm blaming my pen for this disaster that happened here. The Thames, and that's Richmond Park. I've just written it there because you can't tell. And my deer that look like little ants. Market Square, and a big arrow saying London this way, and then I've written a cyclist's heaven, which is Kingston. And then on the back I've written come to K-Town and we'll have a ball, we'll go for a cycle and head to the bright lights of London. Don't bother driving though, it's a nightmare, just take the train. Yeah, because one thing that annoys me about Kingston actually is the lack of individuality in the shops, because it's got all the massive shops, but there doesn't seem to be any individual boutiques or anything that's out of the ordinary. So you'd have to go to London to get anything like that.
So the sort of individual things, it's all
Yeah,
the same.
it's all the same high street shops. And I know it's the biggest shopping centre outside of London, but there just doesn't seem to be anything if you want anything individual.
It's the rents, isn't it? They've driven out small guys.
Yeah, probably, yeah.
That's
Yeah,
great.
30 years ago, the marketplace was all little stalls. When I first came, I thought, how delightful, you know. And suddenly it was all wiped out and
It's a shame.
home
It's a
stores,
real shame.
Sainsbury's, whatnot, you know.
There's a squiggle representing the river and some green bits, which are the two big parks, Richmond Park and Bushy Park, and Hampton Court Palace, which seems to be part of the theme of Kings at one end. And there's the town centre and the market square, which is quite a key piece, I find. And that is a cash register with some pounds coming out of it, because that represents a lot of what Kingston's about. And that's a row of terraced houses with mine, of course, with a little dot, Richmond Park, a little dot to the river, because that's my main routes. And I've just written a message on the back to somebody saying, let's walk along the river to Kingston again, because my friends often do that. And then I changed colour and said, can you resist buying things you may not need? And let's hope the town centre isn't gridlocked, because those could be two slightly negative sides of what's a great place to be.
Seven Kings, and the tribute we give to the Seven Kings is a horrible multi-storey car park next to the gasworks.
Mine's quite simple. It's Swan on the river, because the swans are quite special to me. Richmond Park and the parks and the green that you see, people just relaxing and kind of enjoying the river, and then people coming out or coming into shopping with little bags, and that's the shopping centre, that's the bridge. And then at the back I have two kind of opposites, because I find that's very much in Kingston. Like someone said, it's very lively at night time, and at the same time it's really peaceful and calming. So I have vibrant, calming, lively, alive, peaceful, fashionable, serene culture, high-tech, and it's high-tech and in the forefront, so you have kind of, like the university, for example.
Same theme running, the river, great people, libraries, theatre, restaurants, wildlife. These are supposed to be birds. I was going to try a deer as well, but I thought I better not try it.
Oh, no.
Wildlife, cycling route, and the sun always shines in Kingston.
Apart from today.
Apart from the snow.
The bridge, which was only the second bridge across the river at one point. I think it was the only...
Only
Between
bridge
here and
after
London,
London
sort of
Bridge.
After London Bridge, Kingston Bridge was the next bridge across the river, which is quite interesting. I mean, I could have put on here a tannery, because when I was a youngster there used to be a tannery here. There used to be a brewery here, so that could have gone on.
Yeah.
So those kind of industries are no longer here, so it shows how much we've changed really.
It's a pedestrianised area now because it hasn't been pedestrianised for, you know, certainly not all the time we've lived here, and it's so much nicer in the centre now that the traffic is out. It has to go a long way around the outside. And also the fact that you can now walk by the river and cycle by the river, which again you didn't used to be able to do. It was just sort of warehouse.
Art activities, cycling. So in picture, all these things are important in Kingston, it seems to me. The cycling needs improving. There's a lot of problems with cycling, but there's efforts being made. And on the back I wrote, Kingston's a great place to live because of its proximity to London, yet with a semi-rural aspect, and the parks and the river, and many cultural activities, art and music, etc. Love from Michael.
Oceania is huge, and people are travelling from all over the country just to go there, which I don't like.
And Oceania, just because I'm not from here, Oceania is
probably, it's a very, very large nightclub.
It's a
What was
chain.
it before?
I don't know what it was, but it's a chain. I think there's 3 or 4 across.
It was a cinema.
Was it a
Is it?
cinema?
Yeah,
Because
that
I
whole
thought
area
it was
there. What you're looking at there was a bus station, which is now gone. In my youth. There used to be a cinema there.
Right.
There used to be an Odeon. So the Odeon, that whole Odeon bit, which is Oceania, is now, as the cinema age is gone, well, we've obviously got the new cinema complex, but that was Odeon's.
You can see on the building on the other side of the road is the original Empire.
yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah,
So
that
is
was-
the opposite end as well, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
You know what that
Yeah.
was? A theatre.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Sufficient for energy.
Me, whizzing along on my bike on the improved cycle lanes in Kingston's new name, which would be Kingston Utopian Thames. And I've got a row of shops here, boutiques, recycled clothes, more charity shops, Primark with a massive big cross through it. I just don't believe in it. So many people come to Kingston to go to Primark with all its cheap clothes, not realising that the fact they get it so cheap is from all the slave labour that they use. And it's a bit of a throwaway in society, which I don't really agree with, and I don't think Kingston should be going towards that at all. And then I have an art house cinema, more allotments for people to grow their own veg. The Rose Theatre is growing. The Kingston Times in December 2050 would say Kingston tops resident satisfaction polls across UK.